and I'm a conscious manifestation life coach. What that means is that I help you to achieve what you want in your life. So I help you to set goals, or if you already have goals in your life, then I help you to manifest those through all the things that I do. And one of the most important things I do actually is immersive therapy. It is an emotional healing tool that I have developed. And that is what I'm going to be teaching on the 15th and 16th of May through Illuminations. So I'm hoping that many of you can join in for that amazing life-changing course, actually. So what really is healing? You know, today we're talking about a very important subject. We're talking about healing. So, and how immersion or immersive therapy is an amazing way to heal. So what really is healing, firstly? You know, we're always talking about, you know, this healing and that healing and one or the other healing modality, and healing through hypnotherapy and healing through all other things. But have you ever stopped to think what really is healing? So let me tell you that healing is really a space of balance and homeostasis. Healing is when you're feeling connected with your authentic self, when you are honoring who you are in this moment and feeling okay with who you are in this moment. And from that space of acceptance, you're moving on to then improve yourself in different ways, grow yourself in this different ways, embrace yourself in different ways so that that growth can actually happen. You're moving into a space of balance and homeostasis, a space where you're actually feeling good and connected with yourself and with the energy of creation, with the universe. So that is what healing is all about. All right. I'm going to repeat that at some point. Sorry. Hello. Because I think if anyone has missed this, and I really want them to understand this, what healing really is. Yeah. And I'll get to that again, because it's really important for us to understand that healing is simply a space of balance and homeostasis within, where you're feeling connected with yourself, with your authenticity, with who you're being in this moment, and also with all of creation. You're connected with the universal energies out there as well, so that they are guiding you, they are helping you to achieve your highest potential of this lifetime. Okay, and then I'm talking about immersion. So what is immersion and how is it connected to healing? So what is immersion really? Let me describe it you know, in a pictorial sense to you, so you really get an understanding of what immersion is. So when you take a tea bag and you dip it into water, the water doesn't stay water anymore, it becomes tea, right? So immersion is like that. It's about soaking something into ourselves, soaking wisdom into ourselves, so that we come out as something new, something refreshing, a new and improved version of ourselves. And that is what immersion is supposed to do to you, which is why we call this therapy immersive therapy. It's about immersing yourself in your life experiences so that you can come out with the jewels of what your life is supposed to be, right? Because every experience is supposed to teach you something about yourself. It's supposed to take you to the next level of your own growth and evolution. And that can only happen if you immerse yourself in your life experiences. You know, ever so often, or mostly all the time, we are so scared to immerse ourselves in our life experiences. We don't want to confront the things that seem difficult to us, and we escape into, you know, different ways of being instead, and don't want to own what we're actually feeling. And I'm going to give you an example so you understand this a little better. Let's say that something's happened in your life and it has made you extremely angry, right? What we do instead of feeling that anger, because we are judging that anger so much, is we instead choose to have an outburst or repress that anger within us, judging that anger. So one of the two things will happen. Either you'll become reactive and you'll have an outburst and you'll just release the anger. It'll be an external outburst of release, or it will be an internal suppression of the anger, where, you know, you'll just sulk inside and you'll just feel frustrated inside, but you won't do anything about it. But is this actually dealing with the issue? Is this actually dealing with the anger? Well, in my opinion, no, this is not dealing with the anger at all. This is actually dusting the anger under the carpet. Or it's actually, you know, using the anger as an explosive energy, which it can be avoided. It can be used as a constructive energy. So how can we use this anger as a constructive energy? The way to use anger as a constructive energy is to understand this anger. So if I move into the whole immersion process, I will actually sit with my anger and I'll say, hey, wait a minute. All right, I'm feeling this anger. Firstly, it's all right for me to feel this anger. Let me sit with this anger. And we're actually going to do this today. All of us, we'll do it in a meditation, but I'm also going to take one demo on this call. So yippee, all right? So, but what are we going to do? We're going to sit with this anger. We're going to say, okay, I'm feeling this anger. I'm not going to push it under the carpet. It's not wrong to feel this anger. I allow myself to be an authentic expression of myself right now, and I allow myself to feel this anger. And you sit with the anger and you feel the anger firstly without judgment. All right? You acknowledge the anger. And then you talk to the anger. You ask the anger why it's here. Because everything in your universe is valid. If it's in your universe, then there's a valid reason for it to be there. And you have to acknowledge the validity of it. You have to acknowledge the intelligence of the universe for bringing you this valid experience. And if this anger exists, then I want to know why it's here. I'm curious about myself. I'm not going to judge myself. I'm going to move into curiosity instead. I want to understand myself better. I want to understand my life better. And I want to really understand this anger. I want to have a conversation with it. So it's about becoming curious about your life. It's about dipping yourself in the experiences of your life so that the water can actually turn into this delicious brew of tea, right? So you sit with the anger, you understand why the anger exists. What does the anger want you to do? Does it want you to transmute it into kindness? Does it want you to act upon it and do something so that it can be transmuted with action? Whatever it is, we can now, after understanding the anger, we can process it and use it in the highest and best way possible for ourselves, right? And that is when healing happens. That is when true healing happens, when you actually allow yourself to immerse yourself in your life experiences without judging them as wrong, right? Without judging them as bad, or without, reacting to them. So not judging them, not reacting them, I'm accepting them, and I want to learn from them is what immersive therapy is all about. Learning from your life experiences, learning from those painful experiences that feel heavy, that feel wrong, that feel bad. But you know what? All of them are opportunities for growth. So how can I transmute that energy of heaviness into an opportunity for growth? And how can I grow from every one of my experiences, even the most painful ones, in fact, the most painful ones, right? So there's no escapism here. This is all about embracing yourself. And very often we're all escaping into a different reality. We're rejecting parts of ourselves. We are reacting from an external environment. We are reacting to an external environment without first introspecting and without first understanding, hey, what is it that I'm truly feeling? So when you immerse yourself in your life experiences, you'll come out with the jewels of what is authentically you, so that every experience can take you into a better and better and better expression of that authentic you. Was that clear? We'll take another example so you understand this a little better. All right, let's say sadness. Okay, very often something happens and we feel really sad. Sorry. So very often something happens and we feel really sad about whatever has happened in our life. And our, reaction is to either overcompensate and pretend that everything is okay. So we're being reactive, or it is to really become, go within ourselves and go within a shell and not want to show the sadness to anybody, and just kind of, we get depressed because of it, or there's anxiety because of it. It's just repressed sadness that we haven't dealt with, right? So we either become reactive and don't want anyone to know and overcompensate and become really jovial even when we're not feeling it, or become really destructive outwardly, even though we're feeling really sad inside, or we, go completely retreat into our shell and become depressed about it. So this is not really dealing with the sadness at all, which is why things like anxiety and depression exist, because we're not dealing with the truth of the emotions that we're feeling. So dealing with it would be immersing yourself into the sadness, right? Sitting with the sadness and allowing yourself firstly to feel it without judgment, without reactions, just allowing yourself to feel it and becoming responsive about it, right? And asking the sadness why it's here. What is its purpose in your life? What is it trying to do for you? How is it actually helping you in your life? What will happen when you deal with this sadness? Why is this sadness here? What is it here to teach you? Now, these are very important questions, and that will be individual to everybody. Yeah, but you're definitely learning something out of every negative experience that you're feeling, out of your sadness, out of your anger, out of your jealousy, out of your frustration. Every negative experience is actually helping you to learn something about yourself. It's pushing you in the direction of growth, because the whole point of life is growth and evolution. You're here to grow, you're here to evolve. That's the very purpose of life itself. We're all here to grow, because evolution is the ultimate truth of life, right? We're growing into our highest version so that we can ultimately go back into that state of oneness, which is our highest state of being. The most evolved state of being is the state of oneness. So this whole exercise is a coming back into oneness, so to speak. And we can only come back into that oneness if we have integrated all the shadow aspects of ourselves, if we have allowed ourselves to immerse ourselves in all our life experiences, which is why immersion leads to healing. So I'd love for this to be, a collaborative discussion. And if you'd like to question me about anything you've not understood here, please go ahead and do that. I'm open to this discussion. If anything is not clear. Crystal clear. Okay, great. Shama, nice to see you again as well. All right. Okay, so I'm going to talk here about how this whole immersive therapy process happens, because it's important for us to know what immersive therapy is all about. All right. So I'm going to discuss, I know I've discussed this last time as well, but I just want to kind of, for those of you who were not here or who are live on FB right now, I just want to talk about some of the principles of immersive therapy, and we'll be going into the depths and the details of each one of these processes to really understand what they mean and how we can use them to our benefit to grow and evolve, because the whole purpose of life, as you know already, is to grow and evolve. So the first principle is mindfulness. What do I mean by mindfulness? So when I'm talking about mindfulness, I'm talking about you becoming aware of your physical body and your mind and the thoughts and emotions in your mind. Your physical body and your mind are actually one. You can't separate the physical body from your mind in this lifetime. So just becoming mindful of everything that your physical body and mind are being. Your mind may play tricks with you sometimes, but your physical body cannot lie. It will not lie, because it's a denser part of you where the emotions are, I don't want to say stuck, but for lack of a better word, and just for the purpose of understanding, where they are felt more deeply if you're really connected to the physical body. So mindfulness is the first step. And when we do immersive therapy, we'll really understand how we can practice mindfulness, how we can make every day a meditative experience, every moment a meditative experience when we start living from a state of mindfulness. This is an old Buddhist practice, but we're going to infuse new energy into it by understanding it deeply and then adding immersive therapy, the other steps of immersive therapy to it. So it's an extremely beneficial starting point, mindfulness, all right? The second is becoming authentic. So what do I mean by becoming authentic? Exactly what I've spoken about at the beginning of the discussion. This is about accepting who you are being in this moment. If you're feeling anger, then accepting that anger. If you're feeling sadness, then accepting that sadness, not judging it, feeling it completely, being authentic, being you, whatever that you is. We don't want to deny any aspect of ourselves. We don't want to escape anything. We want to embrace whatever is coming up, and we want to learn from whatever is coming up. Because when we learn from everything that is coming up, then we can grow. And again, the whole purpose of life is growth, right? The third thing is non-judgment. Moving into non-judgment about your feelings, recognizing that feelings are a construct of the ego mind personality who wants to perpetuate itself. So yes, the ego mind wants to perpetuate itself. It wants to be recognized. It wants to be in that delusion of I am the mind. I am angry. I am sad. I am perplexed. All those I ams are delusions, but they're delusions of the ego mind, which is actually a great tool. So you want to befriend the ego mind, but you don't want it to rule you. So during immersive therapy, one of the key things is we learn to recognize the ego mind personality, and we learn to help it to become a tool. We learn to harness it as a tool that it's meant to be, and we stop identifying with it. It's still our friend, it's still there, but we're not the ego mind anymore. We start operating from the observer mode that we are, from the awareness that we are, right? And this starts with non-judgment, right? So I am not the anger that I'm feeling right now. It's okay for me to feel this anger, but I'm not this anger, and I'm stopping to judge this anger right now. I want to now move into the understanding of why I'm feeling this anger, right? Because if I get trapped in that anger, then I'm trapped in the ego mind personality's game. And I want to stop getting trapped in those games now. I want to start understanding myself as that awareness that I actually am. All right, great. And then one of the things we learn is the law of duality. All right, what is this? Understanding that the ego mind personality is learning through the experience of duality as part of this third dimensional construct, which is life. Tuning into the premise that this is Earth's school, and every experience is teaching us an important lesson in self-realization. All right. So the law of duality is basically that construct, like, you know, it's the law of the universe, like the law of attraction, like the law of gravity. The law of duality is the law of contrast. And basically what it states is that we learn through contrast. So only if we understand darkness can we understand light in the context of darkness. Only if we understand sadness can we understand happiness in the context of feeling that sadness. So we learn through these opposing energies, and which is why it's a very important law that teaches us about life. So this is a very important thing we're going to learn in immersive therapy as well. The fifth thing is inner child healing. Now, this is a very important part of immersive therapy because it is about really going into those deep, dark, often dark parts of you that you're carrying trauma in from your childhood memories. So we go into those parts of you where you're, carrying trauma from, those childhood memories, those memories that you've had, those traumatic memories as an adolescent. And we deal with that inner child. We love that inner child. We move into non-judgment and, all those beautiful things with the inner child. And we understand the lessons that the inner child was trying to learn. And we integrate all those lessons in our current reality in this present moment so that we can grow from this present moment with all those experiences that the inner child went through. And then they stop being traumas. They're instead opportunities of growth. And that's how we start looking at life from then, right? Inner child, by the way, I've done, inner child as a workshop and also as a talk, but inner child are those aspects of yourself that are unhealed. And even in current situations, you may act like you did as a child when faced with similar adversities. So, when faced with a similar trauma, you go back to being that child that you were at 5-year-old who faced that trauma. So that same pain comes up, that same, agitation comes up perhaps, and you become reactive rather than responsive. So this is all about, we do this exercise so that we can start becoming responsive and we can stop being reactive. We start responding to our circumstances with wisdom rather than reacting from hurt spaces or shadow spaces within ourselves, right? The sixth thing is the theory of neutrality. So neutrality is a really important space to be in if you want to manifest anything in your life. Now, when I talk about neutrality, many people confuse it for, but it's, detachment. How can you be detached, or how can you not have an opinion? This is not about not having an opinion, but it's being in a space of understanding, balance, and homeostasis, from where you can make informed preferences, where you can make informed choices for your life. So you can look at the whole scenario, you can look at the duality in front of you and say, okay, I understand this. I feel healed. I have the wisdom for everything that happened in my life. And I feel very balanced within. I'm neutral. I'm neutral to what happened. And so from this space of neutrality, I'm able to manifest and choose what I want in my life. And so the seventh point becomes aware living. What am I talking about when I'm talking about aware living? Living in awareness and choosing your thoughts and emotions as an active observer of your life. So as I said, it's about moving into a space of neutrality where there is balance, from where you can observe what is happening in your life with wisdom and then make the right choice for you. There's no right and wrong. It'll just be a right choice for you. What you prefer to have can come from that space of neutrality and awareness. Right? So these are the 7 important steps of immersive therapy. And I've just touched on them. I've just literally, we've touched the tip of the iceberg, and we're going to go into the details, obviously, during the immersive therapy course, where you will learn how to really understand each of these concepts very deeply so that you can harness the jewels, the wisdoms from every experience, immerse yourself in them, and come out stronger and grow in your life through every experience that you've had, right? Because you know what? The only way out is in. So if you want to get out of this matrix, if you want to get out of your pain, then guess what? The way to do that is in, through the pain. There's no escaping it. It's through the pain. It's through the sadness. It's through the anger. And we learn how to harness the energy of each one of these so-called negative emotions so that they can add to our strength and that we can grow and get stronger through every difficult experience that we've been through in our life. Yeah. So that's what it's all about. So any questions here? I'm now going to ask for a volunteer to come up because I want to demonstrate a short demonstration on immersive therapy, how it works. So I'm happy to take anybody who'd like to come up on.
Volunteer, please.
Anila, would you like to come up? Prachi, great, come on. So unmute yourself.
Hi, Ruchi.
Can you hear me?
Hi. Okay, so there's Shama and there's Prachi. So Prachi said she wanted to come on first. So I'm going to, if I have time, Shama, I'll take you on as well. Prachi, welcome. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me? Okay.
I can. How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm very well. All right, Prachi. So we're going to do an immersive therapy demonstration on you. Thank you for being brave enough to come on. All right, tell me, is there something you want to work through? Is there something you're happening in your life that you're confused about, or you want clarity on, or that's, a heavy emotion that you're dealing with, something you want to achieve in your life, whatever it is?
So, of course, I have more than one. And
We'll take one
I've been
today.
thinking about, yes, of course. So I'm married since last, I think, 6 years, and we don't have children. And the reason is that I don't want to have children.
Okay.
And you know how it is in India. Like, the parents are constantly harrowing, strong word, but yeah, they get worried.
But that's coming from your subconscious, so it's not a
Yeah.
strong word. It's harrowing to you.
Yes, yes. So, so yeah, there are questions, and then sometimes, like I have not been able to come out so clean with my in-laws, where I just dodge the questions, or sometimes we say that, not now, later, not now, later. So we've been dodging it, and I mean, I've told my mom once that because I don't want to have children, and of course, she went into a whole why not and everything. Like the whole thing
So
was
you and your husband both don't want to have children?
So I'm a little confused about my husband because he says that he would like to have children, but
Mm-hmm.
it's never become an issue between us.
Hmm.
It's like it's not that he is asking me that let's have children.
All right.
So
And you're very sure you don't want to have children. It's not
yes,
open-ended. All right.
no,
So have you
I'm very
discussed
sure.
that with your husband?
Yes, we have discussed it, and we have. I mean, it has not led to a this thing of we both don't want to have it. He says that it would be nice to have children because who will take care of you when you're old? And I think that's what everybody does. So his answers,
Hmm.
of course, don't convince me. We have not reached a conclusion about, oh, okay, now I have not been able to like, and it's not that I want to change it, but he's not changing his mind, but he's also. So I discussed it with a couple of people. I know that Pratika, she is my boss. So so I discussed it with her, and she had actually told me that it's not a this thing for don't make it a. So it's not a it's not a very strong thing for him.
Hmm.
Otherwise he would bring it up. He
Right.
would say that
Right.
yeah, yeah, let's do
So,
something about it, or
right.
there would be reactions of some sort, but none of that is
Correct.
coming. So
Right.
that is one thing, and then or maybe
Okay. So
yeah,
we're gonna pause here for a minute.
yes,
And
yes,
if I can ask you to close your eyes, are you comfortable doing that?
yeah, of course, of
All
course,
right. So just close your eyes and keep talking to me. Keep listening to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Right. So I want you to tell me, how does it make you feel when your husband says that he would like to have children?
Mm, there are two things. One, I want to ask more questions, as in why, what would
Mm-hmm.
be the purpose of it,
Right.
and
So it
the
raises
other one,
curiosity in you.
yes,
And
and it raises a little bit of a concern because this can't happen alone. I kind of feel that it becomes my responsibility that
right.
if this is a concern for him, if this is a concern for him, I'm
Correct.
unclear on that. Then
Sure.
if, if it makes him unhappy, then I would be the source of that.
Right. So first thing is confusion and the second thing is concern. Right. So what
Mm-hmm.
would you say is more?
Uh, the concern.
The concern. Just want you to
Yeah.
focus on the concern. It's okay to feel this concern. You're
You want me
safe
to?
in feeling it right now. Yeah, I just want you to feel it.
Okay.
Just feel the concern. It's all right. You're safe in feeling it with me right now. And tell me on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being very concerned and 0 being not concerned at all, where are you feeling this?
Around 7ish, 8ish.
7. All right, that's
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
So I just want you to feel it. I want you now to talk to the concern. I want you to tell it, I see you. You can say this in your mind. I see you. I feel you. I recognize you. I know you are here. I acknowledge you. But today I choose to acknowledge also that you are here for a reason. I choose to acknowledge that you are here to help me in some way. You are helping me to grow. So tell me, how or where in my life are you actually helping me? What are you perhaps pushing me to do that I haven't yet done? An answer will come to you. Give it to me as it comes. Do you get any answer?
Yeah.
All right, can you share that?
Okay. Let me phrase the words.
Keep your eyes closed.
Can I take a minute here?
Yes, of course. Would you like to share?
Yeah. So the concern is basically, I don't know, I'm a little confused here. So I'll share my confusion here again. So it's again mixed here. What it's telling me is that I need to do something about it.
Right, correct, absolutely. You need to do
Yeah.
something about it. Right, and anything
But
else?
at the same time, it's telling me that maybe I'm overthinking and I don't need to do anything about it. This is just a
All right, so the first answer was that you need to do something about it. Yes, right. So we'll go with that, because if you didn't do anything about it, it's leading to concerns and confusions. So we'll go with that I need to do something about it. So what is it that you need to do about it? Do you need more clarity within yourself?
yes.
Right. So that's one of the things you need to do about it. Would you like to be on the same page with your husband?
Uh, do you mean to have children?
Whatever that may be, whether not to have
Yeah.
children or to have children.
Yeah. Definitely same page. Yeah.
Right? So whatever the answer is, you would like to be on the same page with him. So once you're on
Correct.
the same page with your husband, then will what others say matter?
Well, it would give me a little bit of more maybe strength, or my words would come out differently, but uh,
They would
it
come
would,
out with more conviction.
yeah, but it would still matter because that's another relationship with my parents and all is a different relationship, so it would still matter.
Right. But if you and your husband were on the same page, would you be more convinced about giving them your decision?
Yeah, yeah,
Right. Right. And it would feel better.
yeah.
All right. So now I want you to check how the concern is feeling.
I can tell you what I'm feeling right now in my heart. At
Mm-hmm.
that time when I was facing the concern, the heartbeat was high, but right now
Right.
it's a little better.
All right. And on a scale of from 0 to 10, it was at a 7. Where is it at now?
I think it's gone to 5 or something like that.
It's still at a 5.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So I want you to take a
It's
deep
there.
breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to talk to this concern. You said you're feeling it in your heart, right?
Yeah,
All right. So I want you to talk to this concern in your heart. And I want you to tell it that I understand now why you're here. I understand that you're here because I need to be on the same page with my husband. And when I am on the same page with my husband, whatever it is, I will feel better about my decision. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Take another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more time. As you move into this wisdom, into this understanding. And one last time. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you allow this wisdom to go deep into every cell of your physical body, your DNA, and your energy across time and space. How do you feel, Prachi?
Calm.
Great. And how's that concern feeling in your heart?
I think it's my friend now.
It's at?
It's my friend now, because it's like it's there, but it's not bothering me.
Okay, amazing. In a session, we would have gone into an inner child as well. Yeah, but I sense a lot coming up, which is why we're not going to open that page right now. Okay, but in a session, we would have gone into an inner child. And I think there's some work that you need there, but it's beautiful that you have an understanding. And the lesson is the most important thing here. So what you need to do is get on the same page with your husband, have that discussion with him, and not avoid it, not escape into thinking that it's all okay. All right?
Okay.
You can open your eyes whenever you feel ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you're talking about being very convinced about your decision, and I'm sure you are. But what your husband thinks matters to you a lot, and that's disturbing you, which is why
Yeah.
what your relatives are saying is disturbing you as well.
Yeah.
Right? So, when you deal with that, when you have that heart to heart with your husband and you get on the same page, you make some sort of compromise, or maybe you don't have to make a compromise, maybe he agrees with you right away, whatever that is. Once you are on the same page with him, there'll be a lot more balance within you, and there'll be homeostasis in your body, and that will reflect outward as nothing else mattering. And even what your relatives say won't matter as much. Maybe you'll just feel it for a second and be like, okay, it doesn't really matter, because me and my husband are on the same page, and this is our life, and this is what we want. Right? So you need to work towards that and not escape into, it's okay, this is what I want. And maybe he wants the same thing, maybe not, but I don't really know. Right? You get it?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
All the best with that, Prachi. And if you need to, we'll do a private session about getting into that inner child as well.
Yeah, actually, it's been on my mind. I'll contact you soon.
Excellent, Prachi. So we have time. I think we'll take on Shama. Shama, you want to come on?
Sure. Do I have to be on video?
If you'd like to,
Okay,
if you're okay with it.
Will this be posted somewhere?
Pia, can you answer that? I think on FB, right? Okay, so don't come on video. It's okay. I don't need you on video. Are you
Alright.
okay to just be on audio?
Yeah, sure.
I leave that up to you. All right.
All right. Okay.
So you ready for this?
Yes.
What would you like to address, Shama?
Okay. Do you know, with the COVID situation, we have the children at home studying. They have their assignments. They have their teachers, their classmates. One of my daughters it's very difficult for her to get into the habit of doing her assignments. At the end of the day, she when I ask her, like, "Oh, did you do your assignments?" and then she says, no, because I didn't know what to do, and
Mm-hmm.
there are many excuses in the back of her head.
Hmm.
And it's been, now many days that it's the same behavior and the same pattern. So I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
she's bored, or she's not getting enough instructions or attention from the parents. So um, I try to different strategies with her, but I'm struggling in this part. I don't know
Okay.
what to do.
All right, Shama. So how does it make you feel that your daughter is, behaving this way and not able to get her work on track? How does it make you feel?
See, as a child, when I was a
No,
child,
how does it make you feel? Yeah, okay, as a child, you, all right. How does it make you feel?
um, we didn't have this technology and everything. There's an online platform that you discuss things with your teacher. We never used to
Correct.
have that kind of connection. But
Correct.
with all the things that she has right now, she's not using it in the most effective manner. And
Correct.
I think that she requires someone to supervise and sit with her all day to have her
Mm-hmm.
assignments done. Otherwise, she won't do it.
Okay, and how does this make
it
you
it it,
feel?
it, it makes me feel like pressured.
Pressure.
In
All right.
order
Can you close your
order
eyes?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. Just close your eyes and don't open them till I ask you to, please. Yeah?
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
All right. So you said it makes you feel pressured when your daughter can't do her assignments on her own. Is that right?
exactly.
Right. So I just want you to feel this pressure. So why exactly are you feeling this pressure? Is it because you have to participate in those assignments, or what is it exactly?
The assignments are pretty simple. There are
Mm-hmm.
instructions, and there are fill in the blanks, or to submit the assignment, and she's not submitting them on time. And
Mm-hmm.
her teacher has been coming to me and to her, saying that you have to submit it on time,
On time.
but
All
she
right.
doesn't listen. She doesn't listen.
So you feel the pressure because you have to keep telling her. Is that it?
Exactly,
All
exactly.
right. Okay. I just want you to feel this pressure. It's okay.
And if she doesn't do it today, tomorrow she will have double the work.
Right. It's a lot of pressure. I
Oh,
understand. I know. So where are you feeling it in your body as you focus on this pressure? You're safe to feel it. You can feel it with
in
me
my
right
body,
now. Yeah. And as you focus on it, where in your body are you feeling it the most?
my shoulders,
All
my neck
right.
and shoulder.
Neck and shoulders. I just want you to feel it. And tell me on a
And
scale
we
of
know
0
I'm
to
fasting
10.
right now, so the
Yeah, I can
the
understand.
preparations and the
I can
Oof.
understand. Yeah. So tell me on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being horrible and 0 being not bad at all, where is it at?
See, now it's because it's nearly the end of the day. I would feel like it's a 5,
Mm-hmm.
because
Let's
I
go with
think
it.
now she got the message and she's doing the assignment, but I don't
Okay.
know the reason she hasn't been doing it for the past 6 hours of the morning.
Right. Okay. So it's at a 6 right now.
Yeah,
So
it's a
talk to the
5,
pressure
5.
now. 5 or 6? Okay. 5. Let's say 5. You said 5. All right.
Yeah,
So I want you to talk to this pressure in your neck and shoulders and say, I see you. I feel you.
I see you. I feel you.
I recognize you.
I recognize you.
I know you're here.
I know you're here.
But today I choose to believe that you're here for a reason.
But today I choose to believe that you're here for a reason.
You're here for my own growth and evolution.
You're here for my own growth and evolution.
So tell me how or where in my life are you helping me?
So tell me, how or where in my life are you helping me?
How are you helping me to grow?
How
Or
are you
what are you
helping me
push
to grow?
or what are you pushing me to do that I'm not doing currently?
What are you pushing me to do? that I'm not currently doing?
Wait for an answer. The pressure will talk to you. Let me know what it says. What does it say?
I think it says that to give her space and good enough breaks. Maybe to schedule some time where we can actually do the assignments together.
Excellent. Right. That's a lot of information. That's a lot of information. And if you did all of this, how would the pressure feel?
The thing is, Ruchi, during the day when I'm also at work, because I work in a bank, I have this ongoing pressure on my side. And I'm not able to assist her and to assist her her school needs as much as I can now when I'm thinking.
But the pressure also said to give her space.
Exactly.
So what if you were to give her space, and what if you were to schedule time when you could spend with her effectively? What if you were able to schedule her day for her better with enough free time and work time?
Okay, I would do that, but still, if her assignments are incomplete.
Well, let's not presume that. Let's not presume that right
okay.
now. That's a presumption. Okay. And the minute we move into those presumptions, we are dealing with an energy of ambiguity, which is confusion, and that will bring more confusion and ambiguity. Let's move forward with trust that when I do these things, everything will fall into place. I trust that my pressure will release. So when you do all these things, how does the pressure feel in your neck and shoulder?
Much relaxed, much more
Great.
relaxed.
So talk to the pressure now.
Sure.
So thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
I understand now that you were simply here.
I understand now that you were simply here
to help me to structure myself better.
To help me to structure my life better.
And to give my daughter enough space.
And to give my daughter enough space for fun and work.
I understand that.
I understand that.
And I choose now to implement it moving forward.
And I choose now to implement it moving forward.
Excellent. All the best with that. You can open your eyes.
All right. Thank you.
Right. So in this case, it was a simple issue which we didn't need to go into an inner child for. We could have. You can go into an inner child for everything. And sometimes the inner child will show up. Mostly it will. And sometimes you wouldn't need to and it won't show up. But in Prachi's case, I'm glad we took 2 examples, because in Prachi's case, she would benefit from a deep inner child work through immersive therapy, where we can deal with whatever is coming up in her childhood and heal the trauma of whatever is there. And in Shama's case, it was more about just scheduling and structuring herself and, giving her child the space to enjoy herself a little bit more, and free time and work time and, the freedom to express herself a little more, and it would fall into place automatically. It's also probably related to her inner child, where structure was, important to her, and where, she's a very responsible person. So it's difficult for her to give, too much space to the children, perhaps. We've not gone into the inner child. We don't know that for sure, but these are the combinations that can come up. But of course, when you do the immersive therapy course, you'll be going into the details of how you can do this for yourself and for other people, so that you're able to deal with all these heavy emotional, heavinesses, these emotional clutters that come up in your day-to-day life. I'm feeling confused about this. I'm feeling sad about this. So I'm angry about this. Immersive therapy helps you to deal with that. It helps you to digest it, and it gives you a lot more clarity moving forward in your life on how you can manifest what you want to manifest in your life. For example, if Shama does the things that she needs to, she'll feel lighter and the pressure will ease itself. And if Prachi just has a simple conversation with her husband, and she's on the same page with her husband, then she'll feel much better in her heart. And there won't be that uneasy feeling that she's feeling right now. So I hope that was clear, and you got a little bit of a taster on what immersive therapy is all about. If you have any questions here, please feel free to ask me. Otherwise, we'll go into the meditation. I generally have so many questions. Is there a session for this? Yes, absolutely. There's a full session that we can do through immersive therapy. These were short demos. I just wanted to give you a taste of what immersive therapy is. Give me a second. I'm just opening up the chat. Okay, the details of the course, Pia will send you, Rama, the details of the course. The course is on the 15th and 16th, which is Friday and Saturday next week. It's on next weekend. And it's a 2-day course. Every day, 5 days is 5 hours is what we do immersive therapy for. And within those 10 hours, you will really learn all the steps of immersive therapy, how to do it for yourself and for others, how to manage this emotional baggage that you're carrying, how to digest it, how to declutter your energetic space so that you can have, as I said, a lot more balance, a lot more homeostasis in your body, balance in your mind, a lot more clarity about your way forward in life. So Pia will be sending you, or Illuminations will be sending you all the details. It's $14.99. Rama, it's $14.99 the course. So all of you will be getting details from Pia, and it's a very deep understanding into the self. It's not just an understanding into the self and the purpose of why we are here, but also a deep understanding of life. Yes, $14.99, correct, Rama. Right. And I think they have a Ramadan offer going on, so maybe she'll give you all the details with the Ramadan offer. Great. Any more questions? Otherwise, I'm going to go into the meditation. Who to speak to? Shama, you can speak to anybody at Illuminations. They'll be able to give you, yeah. Anybody at Illuminations will be able to give you the details. You can speak to Camille or Pia or RJ, any one of them will be able to give you details. I think RJ would be the right person actually. So maybe RJ is somebody you can speak to. All right. Okay then, so we're going to go into the meditation now. This is a beautiful meditation. It's
Sorry,
a meditation.
Can I just interrupt here? I'm sorry. I took time to come up with the question. I won't take long.
Who's this?
This is Prachi.
Yeah, tell me.
The 7 things that you spoke about, in that you talked about being authentic and being non-judgment. So does this mean that, you know, all the feelings that we have, sometimes anger, sadness, frustration, you know, when things don't go your way, you want people to behave in a certain manner with you, you know, jealousy also comes sometimes. Correct. So you're saying it's okay to feel all that, right?
Yeah, you're human. And of course, as a human being, you will feel that. But the whole intention of healing is that as you heal, you won't feel it for long. You may feel it at instances in your life, but you'll be able to move on much quicker when you're healed within yourself, or when you're operating from a space of awareness where you can understand that, hey, you know what, I'm feeling jealous right now because I feel I deserve more in my life. And maybe I should work towards getting more in my life. So you know what, I won't have the need for this jealousy anymore, right? So that is operating from a space of awareness where you're not judging yourself and you're not labeling yourself as a jealous person, but you're growing from this feeling of jealousy instead. You get the difference?
Yeah, I get the difference. I understand that.
You answer the question.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but we're all human beings,
I got...
you know, we're all human beings, and these human emotions are part of being a human being, and they will come up from time to time. So however spiritual you become, maybe the frequency decreases, but sometimes you will feel sad. I mean, I would like to believe that, you know, being a teacher, after doing so much healing on myself, I have grown a lot in my life. But, you know, when I see what's happening out there in the world, I do feel sad sometimes. But then I'm able to address this sadness so that I can deal with it and move on. I don't move into that story that, oh, the world is a really bad place to live in and it's so horrible what's happening out there and it's disgusting, and none of that drama and trauma. So I move into a more understanding space where I can look at it with awareness and understand that, hey, everything has its place and whatever is happening for a reason. And once we understand what we need to, then the situation will shift. Because when you have healed enough, then the situation cannot stay the same. Either the situation changes or you change so much that the situation doesn't impact you anymore. So one of the two things happens. You get it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, perfect.
Thank
So
you
we
so
move
much.
into the meditation. You're welcome. So if everyone can just close their eyes. And I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Keep your spine erect so the flow of energy can be smooth. We're going to do the Merkabah meditation to move into a space of neutrality, to move into a space of balance within our heart. I want you now to imagine a glowing white pyramid, downward facing, glowing white pyramid in the center of your chest, in your heart center. A beautiful glowing white pyramid in the center of your chest, in your heart. And this beautiful glowing white pyramid is now going to move down through your chakras, through your body, down into the core of Mother Earth. Descending now, this glowing white pyramid with its point facing downwards is moving down into your solar plexus chakra, in the area of your diaphragm, just before your navel, and then lower down into your sacral center, in the area of your pelvis, and then further down into your root chakra at the base of your spine, and then down, down, down into Mother Earth, moving deep down into the core of Mother Earth. It connects with the core of Mother Earth, the red, energetic, vibrant core of Mother Earth. And it starts gathering energy now from the core of Mother Earth, nourishing, warm, soothing, grounding energy. And as it gathers this energy, it changes color into a vibrant red, like glowing red embers. Allow it to gather energy, nourishing, warm, grounding energy. This is a beautiful, strong energy from the mother. It is Mother's Day in many parts of the world today. And we are gathering this nourishing energy from our mother, Mother Earth, into our pyramid. And once you are done, this pyramid starts ascending upwards. It is still downward facing. Its point is downward facing, but it starts moving upwards now, back into your body, through your root chakra, at the base of your spine, nourishing and strengthening your root chakra. Moving higher now into your sacral center, in your pelvis, nourishing and strengthening it. And then higher up into your solar plexus, just above your navel, nourishing and strengthening your solar plexus. And then up into your heart center, anchoring into your heart center. And from your heart center, nourishing and strengthening your entire physical body. And then moving outward to nourish your energy field. Allow this beautiful process to unfold within you. Beautiful. Feel yourself nourished and strengthened with the warm, loving energy of Mother Earth. I now want you to imagine a white, upward-facing pyramid in the center of your chest, in your heart center. This beautiful, glowing white pyramid now starts moving upward from your heart center into your throat chakra in the center of your chest, in the center of your throat. Its point facing upwards, glowing white. It moves further up into your third eye, and then further up into the top of your head, into your crown chakra. And then from your crown chakra, it moves up to your higher self. Above your crown chakra, about 6 inches above, is your higher self. This pyramid moves into your higher self and anchors itself in your higher self, still upward facing. And it starts gathering wisdom codes, blue colored energy into itself from your higher self. And as it gathers more and more wisdom codes, it turns into a beautiful sparkling blue. Allow your pyramid to be filled with these beautiful wisdom codes from your higher self. And once it is done, full, glowing, bright blue, it starts descending down into your crown at the top of your head. Lower down into your third eye, filling your third eye with wisdom codes. Down into your throat, filling your throat chakra with wisdom codes. And then down into your heart center, anchoring into your heart center and sending wisdom codes to your body, to every cell of your physical body, and to your energy field. Just feel this energy for a few moments. And in your heart center now is an upward facing blue pyramid and a downward facing red pyramid. I want you to feel the energies of your wisdom codes and the nourishing energy from Mother Earth mingling now in your heart center and changing into a beautiful purple color. Anchor into this beautiful purple Merkabah in the center of your chest. And as you anchor into this purple Merkabah, you anchor yourself into this new field of balance that you are opening up to. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth as you anchor into these beautiful, soothing frequencies of wisdom and strength. Slowly and gently come back into your body. Come back into the now moment. And open your eyes whenever you feel ready. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Great. Welcome back. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. You'll be receiving information from Illuminations about the Immersive Therapy online course on the 15th and 16th, and I'm hoping that many of you can join us. It's going to be an adventure, quite an adventure. Yes, it does. Yes, Shama. It was lovely having all of you. Yes, it feels great to have constant inner dialogues. Absolutely. And that's something we need to continue to have with ourselves so that we can keep growing. We need to be in touch with our authenticity. That's really important. Thank you so much, everybody who could join today, everybody on Zoom, everybody on Facebook. Hope to see you very soon. Take care, all of you. Lots of love. Bye.